Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. SeKo Starcraft with some of his ladder games. You've got Omniscient versus Aletheia. Aletheia. Sure, why not? Terran versus Zerg. Got my Terran hat on today. Having some Terran fun with Terran things. I'm going up against the Zerg, which I feel, moderately confident about. But I've been getting to this habit of playing a game what I consider to be kind of straight up and straightforward and then losing, and then going for a game that's not straight up and straightforward and then winning. It's not quite at the rage level of some of the other games that I've casted for my specific rage series, but it's still in a position where I'm going to try to do things to give me significant advantages. This is things that are outside of the box slightly. It's not so outside of the box that it's out the door, but it is outside of the box. Sorry about that. My cat was kicking my, whatever they call it, receiver from my wireless electronics, which are really terrible for gaming. If you guys have like a wireless keyboard and mouse, terrible for gaming with. There's almost no way for that to work out well for you. But nothing too unordinary at this stage of the game. The Zerg player is just going to be going for an expansion before he gets down his pool. Nothing crazy about that. Nothing too crazy about what I'm doing either. Gas. Double gas, though. Now we get something weirder. Gas was down a little bit late on my side there, so I'm going to be taking a second gas in order to make up the difference and try to push towards getting higher tech sooner. I don't know if it's necessarily a wise plan. It's probably better to just get a gas before barracks and you'd be perfectly lined up. I'm going to wall off here so that no scouts get in. But it doesn't look like he's interested in scouting anyways. I'm going to be scouting after this SUV is finished. But I don't expect it to tell me too much. If he's going to cheese me, it's going to have cheese by then. The only thing I really want to know is if he's getting gas and maybe getting like a crazy lair timing or something like that. It looks like he's getting gas just after pool. Making Anne Marine. And every time I try to do one of these funky builds that are just out of nowhere, I run into these big problems with trying to actually get my mineral timings down because I'm way delayed on my orbital command in order to get my factory. I had a little bit of mining on this one extractor just to be able to get some things out, and then I'm pulling off again. So this is not a polished build. This is Shawnee saying I'm going to go and try to put some pressure on. Units wise, he's ahead on workers, but not too significantly. I'm not keeping up super heavy on my workers because I'm getting my orbital command out. And he had a huge pile of extra minerals, but he is getting 2 queens. Used that fairly quickly, and 4 lings are going to be out just to make sure nothing crazy happens. Going to run around the back. I'll see the pool. I don't see it making anything right now, but I do see the gas is being mined. So at some point there will be speed on the way, which I'm assuming is going to start fairly quickly. Yeah, pretty good timing on his side there. Double factory on this side. Yeah. More workers, mules dropping, tech lab. His lings, for whatever reason, don't chase him. He's got a lot of lings out here. Maybe he's used to getting, run into or something like that. But we can see that he's doing nothing but building more and more lings, and he is going to get a baneling nest. So it looks like he's going for a bust. And either it's really delayed, and this is not great timing, or he wanted for me to scout and then leave. I don't think he's going to metagame me that bad to know that. But regardless, it will be a baneling bust that is coming my way. At the same time, I'm doing 2 racks hellion. Getting down my reactor, tech lab. Once I get enough, I'll be getting a blue flame as well. Now, it's hard to really decide. And he's not building any more workers right now. So, workers, I've actually taken a lead with my humble amount of workers I'm making in between mass, hellions, and blue flame. Trying to keep out on my supply. When you're making, 6 supply worth of stuff at a time, it can be moved really quickly. He's really, really committing to this here. That's just a lot of lings, and it's so unfortunate. Unfortunate for him because I'm going just pure blue flame hellion against his unupgraded lings. And it's funny. It's funny for me, at least. I think it's hilarious. Because sometimes, if this was just like a roach all-in, well, maybe it'd be a different story. And that's why I'd be going into tanks after this. But instead, I'm going to go mass hellions. We need to keep producing hellions until I run out. Oh, sorry, my blue flame is finished. And once again, keeping ahead on my supply. Units-wise, still ahead in workers. Production-wise, he has got a lot of lings heading across the map, and a pretty good pile of gas kicking around. To make a baneling requires 25 gas a pop. So he's making quite a few banelings, but I've got lots and lots of hellions. Unfortunately for me, well, I'm going to scan. I'm seeing no gas, no lair, only baneling nest and a ling. So I'm thinking this is a bust. Like, I've got a pretty good idea that this is going to be a bust. Here come the banelings. Good chunk. Does supply block me, unfortunately. He sees the blue flame hellions and now knows that he's going to have to run away. I'm going to run to go and remake this wall right now, but I'm supply blocked, so I can't make more hellions to save my life. I'm going to throw down a command center with all my extra minerals instead of more supply depots. I'm expecting him to just turn tail and run. I was hoping he'd actually try to attack me right now, but he's not. He is going to go for the big push, the big easy, as we'd call it. In come the hellions. I'm like, oh, let's go kill stuff, and then I realized there's no workers there. He's gonna get a roach warren and some emergency crawlers, sure. He is gonna start tearing down my base, so it is now officially base trade time. He does have his roach warren down, and he will be able to get himself out a few roaches. I'm gonna kill the rest of his queens. He does get into my base, and I'm supply blocked again. A couple of hellions. Oh, well, just one hellion. Does get some damage off. But I already know this base is essentially forfeit. I lifted up all my units. And I'm looking for what he's doing right now. He got 4 roaches out. Now he's essentially broke. Completely broke. All these guys gas. He's got no minerals to make workers. Whereas me, he didn't actually cancel this command center. So that will finish up, and I'll lift it immediately. So I've got 2 command centers and 2 factories. And he's going to still try to attack some of my buildings. I've got plenty of extra supply cap now because he killed all my workers. It is essentially 0 workers. Though I've got 1 SCV somewhere. Yeah. All that just gonna die. So, yeah, at this point I don't know that he's completely broke and has no workers. So, let's just split up. I'm gonna split up my factories to different sides. I'm gonna get my command center in place here and drop my mules and start going this over to a new base. Now I'm gonna run over and look for workers to kill. Maybe I could have killed those roaches, but at this point I'm more interested in making sure that he doesn't have some hidden third base that I'm just not aware of. Not there. Back into here. This has never had workers on it. All these are pure mineral patches, which is so funny. And I'll run back into the main again, and it's still nothing. So I'm a little perplexed at this moment. I'm making money now, starting to produce ICVs. Factory going up because I'm going to move into widow mines and tanks to deal with his roaches. And I'm going to run away. What I want to actually look for is to see if there's a base down here, but there isn't any. Yeah, this is a little... I didn't rally my command center right away. This is just kind of a sad thing to see. Why always? And I think this guy tried to do the same thing I did, because I'm asking what? Like, what do you mean why always? Lose to a fucking ridiculous game. Has to be... I think it's just because I essentially all-in'd him versus him all-inning me. It's just that my all-in countered his. And he just leaves the game in a sad way. Oh, well, I was happy with that. I'm okay. SeKo Starcraft, not a rage game, but I still felt good about myself. We'll talk to you guys later.